12/16, 2024. Welcome to Stand Tall, where we seek wisdom and intelligence from ancient scrolls, ancient texts, and anything similar like that. What we're doing is trying to seek some form of enlightenment in this wild, wild world that we live in today. Right now, we're in the middle of the book of Proverbs out of the Bible. We're on chapter 20, verse 21. Let's begin. Possessions gained hastily at the outset will in the end not be blessed. Say not, I will repay evil. Trust in the Lord, and he will help you. Varying weights are an abomination to the Lord, and false scales are not good. Man's steps are from the Lord. How then can a man understand his way? Rashly to pledge a sacred gift is a trap for a man, or to regret a vow once made. A wise king winnows the wicked, and threshes him under the cartwheel. A lamp from the Lord is the breath of man. It searches through all his inmost being. Kindness and piety safeguard the king, and he upholds his throne by justice. The glory of young men is their strength, and the dignity of old men is gray hair. And last verse of the chapter. Evil is cleansed away by bloody lashes, and a scourging to the inmost being. Okay. I'm not saying that we all need to have, flagration of self and whip ourselves on the back, but evil is cleansed away from us by kind of the reflection of the things that we've done in the past that bring us regret. It's part of growth. It's part of gaining your wisdom and insight into your own character. And it's like the scourging to the inmost being. The bloody lashes are the weight of regret that you carry. The punishment that you give to yourself in your own mind over the sins of your past, to say, and to so to speak, okay? The glory of young men is their strength, and the dignity of old men is gray hair, right? So in your youth, you're strong, you're adventurous, you have so much energy, but the dignity of old men is in the gray hair. You've lived a life, you're wise, you're hardened, and you're able to pass on wisdom. Kindness and piety safeguard the king, which means any leader, right? Any good leader is going to be kind. He's going to be gracious. He's going to be insightful, and he upholds his throne by justice, in the sense of he knows what's right. He knows what's fair. He's going to give credit where credit is due. He's not going to take all the credit for himself. And of course, he's going to continue to be kind and just in all of his ways. And that's why he's the king and he is the leader. Let's see. A lamp from the Lord is the breath of man. It searches through all of his inmost being. So the light of the Lord, a lamp from the Lord. Man's steps are from the Lord. How then can a man understand his way, right? What we have heard in Proverbs before is like the mind and the heart make plans, but the Lord, he actually guides the way. Or what is actually said from your lips is not what is your intent, because the Lord guides what comes out of your mouth. So, and varying weights are an abomination to the Lord, and false scales are not good. So don't move the goalpost. Don't weigh, the scales of justice. Don't do them one way or the other. Like, stay true. And that's the thing. We all do this even for ourselves. We all know that the biggest lie that we tell ourselves is the one we tell ourselves every day in the mirror about who we are and all of that stuff. And that's why we're seeking these reflections and seeking these videos, seeking these words of wisdom from the ancient texts, because of the things that we do for ourselves and how we rationalize what we do. And lastly, the first verse, possessions gained hastily at the outset, in the end will not be blessed. And so whether it be money, things, items, they're not holy or sacred because you gained them in haste. You didn't take the time to put together a plan and get them in such a way that is good or benevolent. And so making sure that the things that you do and the things that you're working towards are for a really like something that you might have been working towards for a long time. Like for me, from a business owner's perspective, I've always enjoyed working with families and helping families to the best of my ability. And so I started out wanting to help people by being a financial advisor, knowing that many people struggle with managing money. And it wasn't the right path for me, as was shown to me eventually. And that was how it was supposed to be. And now that I do what I do, I am very thankful that I had the experience that I had, right? I was able through experience to know that that was not the right path for me, because if I had never tried, right, better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all, right? If I had never tried it, then I never would have known, was I capable of it? I knew that I was capable of being a good financial advisor, but it never sat well with me, especially because of some of the ethics put forth in the industry and the way that it's commoditized, so to speak. So that's another conversation. But again, try not to move in haste. Always try to be insightful, be wise, seek wisdom, and be patient. And that's why we continue to stand tall in order to get to where we're going.